Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here from Roundabout Orange County News. I'm Valerie Gusher, and I'm here with the awesome Yesi Ortiz from Power 106. We're sitting here in the Power 106 studios in Burbank, and Yesi has been so kind to give us an exclusive interview about how she grew up in Orange County, what her influences are for music, and how she came up in broadcasting.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, Yesi, I guess I kind of want to start from the beginning. It's like, you grew up in Orange County, which is awesome. So you said that you grew up
in
south.
El Toro, Lake Forest, Laguna Hills area.
Oh,
yeah, super down there.
Awesome.
Super south.
Well, with that being said, I know that in South Orange County, it's not a lot of like Latino influences.
None.
So, I mean, it must have been hard kind of coming up and.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was super hard coming up because when I was growing up in Laguna Hills, it's easy to say like, oh, you must have been rich or your family must have been well off, but that wasn't the case because there was so few of us that we just stuck together. You know how Latinos, when you stick together, you stick together, right? So we never had a place of our own really until like years later. Like we rented out rooms with other people, with other families, other Latino families. Mm-hmm. So we never had a place of our own. You know what I mean? So that was really, that's what kept me sheltered a lot, was because I couldn't invite my friends over,
Yeah.
I couldn't relate to anybody because there wasn't really many Latinos out there. So I was always kept keeping to myself.
Since you were always so kept to yourself,
mm-hmm.
and I know you just like adopted your family of 7, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into hip hop? I mean, especially in Orange County, it's a lot of the radio stations where you hear kind of like alternative music and pop music. It's not so much hip hop.
Right. No, I mean, well, growing up, I mean, I was able to still like, I love music. See, my parents, my mom and my dad, my mom specifically, when she had me, she didn't really speak very good English. Mm-hmm. Spanish was my first language, so she would learn English listening to English music. Oh, so she was the one listening to like, the Bee Gees and Madonna and Michael Jackson, and I would just listen in the car and I would see her happy, right? So I learned to like that kind of music. I learned to, like that sound. And if you think about it, like the Bee Gees and Michael Jackson has, and the Sugar Hill Gang, and like they have that hip hop sound, back then. That's what that sound was like, the urban sound, sort of thing. And then it transitioned to pop. So, but I always came to a liking to that. So as I got older and I found radio stations that influenced me, one of them was Power 106. Oh. And so Power 106 was one of the stations, of course, that I would listen to. And there was an old school station, The Beat. I don't know if you guys remember The Beat. 92. Well, it was 100.3 The Beat. And then they switched with 92.3 The Beat.
This is so true. Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, so The Beat was another station that I just really like gravitated towards.
I mean, like I can only imagine what it was like growing up, in Southern Orange County, and not being able to, did you really feel like you could express yourself where you lived?
Not at all, because it was, there's a lot of Americans, there's a lot of Caucasians in the neighborhood, and a lot of them were racist. We were, and that's keeping it just 100. And it's still like, it's sad that still exists now. I have a lot of friends still who live out there, and I'm like, girl, why you still live there? Like I mean, no diss or anything like that too, because there's amazing people and some things that I love about my city that I grew up in. But I did experience a lot of racism.
Do you feel like there was a lot of racism in school when you were growing up?
Growing up there, so that was hard. That was hard because as a kid, you don't know what that is. You're just like, why doesn't my teacher like me?
Right. Yeah.
You don't know what it is until you get older and you realize, oh, that's what that was. But I love the neighborhood that I grew up in because it was all Latinos. It was this little street called Villa Lomas, right off Alicia Parkway in Laguna Hills, and that's where like everybody.
That means so I mean to ask you. So definitely your neighborhood influenced you the way that, you grew up and the way that you're displaying yourself now, like, portraying yourself. Do you feel like you are really the voice of LA like everyone says you are?
That's flattering. That's saying that for them to call me the voice of LA, that's very flattering. I don't know, it's a lot of pressure to say that that's who I am. I didn't say, hey, I'm the voice of LA. People just started calling me that. You know what I'm saying? And it got a little scary because I was like, whoa, that's very flattering, but can I meet your standards? I want to make sure I meet your standards. Now I feel like there's pressure to like not let you down, you know? So that's not really for me to decide. I think that's more for the people to decide whether or not.
Definitely, I think you've lived up to the voice of LA. You know, you're on Love and Hip Hop. You're on Nouveau TV, right?
Yeah.
The new project, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, you did it your own way.
It's a really great show, honestly.
Hey,
thank you, Yesi, for
we should
being
do
here
part
today.
2, part 3, part 4.
Thank you for being here today, Yesi. I really appreciate it.
To everyone out there, this is Valerie Castellon for Around and About Orange County News.